Welcome back everyone to Pigeon Studios. Today I'm holding my first LEGO mock competition. The way it works, it'll be a round of 32 World Cup style knockout edition. Let's get straight into all the mocks. Up first we have Eleventh with this lovely Imperial build on what looks like Endor, but it could be a different planet. Some things I love about this build: the rock work on the side is brilliant, along with the fern trees with the the newer dark green fern piece. He uses the older style Imperial troopers as well, so overall, well done to you. This is a great mock. Up against Eleventh is Plush Geeks Official. Now, I love this Geonosis mock, going for the kind of more brown than dark orange colour scheme. He's also told me to specifically mention the Dole pineapple juice in the background, which is absolutely necessary. Now, this mock has great rock work, some mismatching minifigs, but still overall a really good job. But I have to say the winner is Eleventh, and you're through to the round of 16. Next is Bricks on Fire 7 with this stunning Lamu mock, obviously based off the start of Rogue One. Now everything in this mock is just absolutely brilliant, from the rock work on the side, the nice border, the foliage. All of this is absolutely stunning. Congratulations to you, mate. You should be proud of yourself for this build. Against him is Rex Brick Battalion with this lovely Kashyyyk mock of the 41st Elite Corps. Some great foliage work with the kind of jungle look on the bottom. It's really cool that you can barely see any of the studs. It's all the foliage pieces. But overall, I've got to put that Lamu mock through. So, Bricks on Fire 7, you're through to the next round. To kick off the third matchup of this round, we've got 777 with this Battlefront 2 inspired Felucia map. An interesting take on the Felucia, going with the red floor and the kind of blue flowers, not going for any of the big plant pieces, but still, this mock is great. I love that detailing work around the side with the rock work, and yeah, awesome figure placement and details. Great work. His opponent, Phantom Volte, came up with this interesting scene from a Vader comic. I'd love to read more about that, so comment which comic that was. Now, obviously this guy's maybe not got as many parts as everyone else, but still depicts quite a cool scene. I like the use of the kind of see-through rock piece with the door in the front. Still a really cool way of depicting this scene, but sadly, 777 has got to go through to the next round. Kick off the fourth matchup is Captain Fire 99 with this awesome gunship mock. Now, although it is over the 20 by 20 stud limit that I gave for this round, I just had to include it. This is exactly what LEGO is supposed to be, not having the perfect colours, but still having the creativity to make a gunship. This is awesome work from you. You should be really happy with yourself. Up next is a mock by Stope Teagle 7. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. It's based off the Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 8, The Rescue. And this is a lovely little diorama or mock almost, with the bridge where Luke Skywalker is on, and the door, which is one of my favourite door designs that I've ever seen. And because of that, I'm going to have to put Stope Teagle 7 through to the next round. Pass 2 Plastic came up with this small little 10 by 10 platform with a scout trooper on top. I'm not sure which planet this is based off, but I like the greebling work. That's really cool, as well as the little spire next to the scout trooper. Great mini mock overall. Against that mock is May the Bricks Be With You entry, which is based off, it looks like the planet from Season 2, Episode 5 from The Mandalorian, where Ahsoka and Mando encounter each other, but I'm not fully sure which planet this is based off, but a really cool mock involving the 501st. Some good rock work. I like the design you used for the dead trees and the little 5 of first trooper with marshmallow is a great touch. But I've got to put the first mock through, so through goes past the plastic to the next round. Sadly, we've got our first of 3 win by defaults in this round. So Fallen Brick Studios, you go straight through, and JWL48 sadly didn't enter a mock. But let's not take that away from this mock of this kind of old school style clone base with the 212th Battalion taking control. Next is this cool Tatooine mock by Rag Clips titled Washroom. Now, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a washroom for the clones, but this mock is just so dense with detail. Like, it tells a story in this little 16 by 16 area. Such a cool way of making a mock. Great work. Against that mock is Jar Jar and Mando Bricks submission. Now, this looks like a kind of Clone Wars based mock with a little kind of temple, or maybe a suburban area where the clones are protecting. Really cool little mock. I know this guy made a short which I watched, so make sure to check that out. But I've got to put the first mock through. So Rag Clips, you're through to the next round. Late submission by Carl Remotes, but he made it through. Now, this is based off episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Really cool build. I like the speeder that he made for Obi-Wan and the custom Zam Wessel. Against that is a submission by Lucito_BS, where the Death Watch are battling against the droids, and it looks like the clones are going to help out the Death Watch. Now, the cave scene underneath the top of the mock is a really cool technique. I absolutely love that underneath area, and for that reason, Lucito_BS, you're through to the next round. Another Death Watch inspired mock by I'm a Normal Guy Lego. Now, this is a more of the Moon of Mandalore looks like inspired build with Kenobi versus some custom Death Watch. Some highlights for this mock: the grey border with the rock work and a little bit of foliage on top of that little mountain part. Well done to you. This is a great mock. That is Hollow Bat Kashyyyk mock. Now, the Dwarf Spider Droid in this build is absolutely brilliant. The ocean work is pretty good as well, along with the dark tan to represent the wet sand. But I think the rock work in the last build just makes it better. So I'm a Normal Guy Lego, you're through to the next round. Up next is a classic mock by Fragile Bricks, Anakin versus Obi-Wan on Mustafar. Some highlights are the 1x1 studs used for lava, but with the 2 different colours, so it really works for that lava technique. The droid that Anakin is standing on is well done, as well as the rock work that Obi-Wan's on top of. So a really good rendition of this mock. Up next is Vader Bricks 116 entry. And yes, it's the exact same as his opponent, a Mustafar mock, which in his case is a bit unlucky because he doesn't quite have as many parts as the other guy. So I've got to put Fragile Bricks through to the next round. Unfortunately, we have another one of the win by defaults in this matchup, but that's nothing to take away from Exalted Bricks Geonosis mock. Now, some of the techniques that I love in this mock are the Geonosian spires you can see in the background, along with the kind of raised plateau of rockwork. Another thing he does really well is the balance between tiles and studs. Overall, a super clean Geonosis mock. Can't wait to see your next one. Up next is 247 Bricks Felucia mock, and this does not disappoint. I've previously made a Felucia mock about a year ago, and this is far superior. The density of the plants, the colours, the techniques used for the taller plants, as well as the fig placement is just absolutely perfect. The black border design, one of the best mocks in the round for sure. Congratulations to you, mate. However, his opponent did put up a heck of a fight. At Fluffy Soft Blankets, Scarif mock is absolutely sublime. The dark tan tile used to represent the smooth wet sand is a great technique, as well as the rebel halfway through the water. The death troopers on top of the normal sand is some great imagery. But I've got to put 247's bricks Felucia mock just through. It was an absolute tiebreaker. Great performance from both of you. The last win by default matchup goes to Mango Brick Studios. I reckon his opponent was a little bit scared after he saw this brilliant Order 66 Jedi Temple mock. I love the steps that he was able to create, as well as the using the classic 2013 5 First Troopers, as well as the little plant pot that he uses for a little colour in the mock. This is a great mock. Hope to see you in the next round. Thunder Penguin YT built this great scene of Five's death. A bit of a sad scene to build, but he depicted it brilliantly. Some of my favourite things in this mock are the border that he created. It's a really cool technique, as well as all the fig placement and how Rex's helmet is off to the side. All of that makes for great scenery, so well done to you. Up against that mock is Matthew Torres 91's Endor bunker mock. Now this scene is just so cool with the crashed ATSC on top of the bunker, some great techniques, the dark fern pieces used for trees, all of this action packed into a 20 by 20 mock is just brilliant. And for that reason, I'm going to put Matthew Torres 91 through to the next round. Kicking off the next matchup is Floating Brick Legos Magito mock. Now, I like this small rendition of the bridge that he's made. He's actually gone for building up the pillars underneath with some Technic pieces. He's also used some custom Magito troopers, as well as the fig placement being really cool for the mock, and some great rock work. Compete against that mock is LCW Clone Army Studios Geonosis mock. Now, the photography for this build is absolutely stunning. The rockwork technique is pretty good as well, but outside of that, I think I've got to put the Margito mock through to the next round. So, Floating Brick Lego, you're through to the next round. Kicking off the final matchup of the round of 32 is Empire Mocs, Order 66 Calasine. Interestingly enough, he didn't build an Imperial mock, but besides that, this mock is great. The border, as well as the rockwork technique you can see to the right of the mock, the fig placement, and even the little tree is all perfect. I love how smooth the mock is, but it still has a few studs on it. The rockwork is a little bit jaggedy, but still looks really good. So, well done to you. The final mock of the round is by Fry's Animation Maker. Depicts a scene between Cobb Vanth and Cad Bane from Season 3 of The Mandalorian. A great little scene to build. Perfect for a little 16 by 16 build. The custom figures he's made is also pretty cool, as well as the, Tatooine vapor moisturizer in the background. All of those are great techniques. However, I've got to put the Kalar mock through. So, the final contestant through to the next round is Empire Mock. I just wanted to finish this video off by saying thank you to everyone who competed. All the mocks were absolutely brilliant, and I've had so much fun reviewing all of them. Now, the round of 16 details for the people who made it through to the next round will be displayed on a post probably a couple hours after this video is released. So look forward to the round of 16 next week. Besides that, there were a few people who entered the mock who didn't have a spot, and for that I'm thinking of doing a video at the end of the competition where I review all the mocks on the community page, because there were some absolutely brilliant mocks that I just couldn't include in this video. So let me know if you want to see that. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.